All right, it's me again. What's up? Dr. Kaji Pue, Coding While Black, episode 35. I think today is February 20th. I'm here in beautiful Sacramento, California. Just finished delivering another class. I wanted to take some time to drop something before I head to the airport and head back home. So one of the things that I want to mention today is I started my mentoring program. So I have a young brother I'm working with right now, and he's in a JavaScript boot camp. And so I'm trying to help him prepare for times or life after that and help him get through the boot camp. And so some very interesting things have come up. And one of the things that came up was a conversation about LinkedIn and your LinkedIn profile. And so that's what I want to talk about and share on today. So LinkedIn is like a phenomenal networking tool. People talk about networking and how important it is. Well, in 2020, you can network through LinkedIn. You don't necessarily have to be in the same city, same location, and attend the functions and events and all this kind of stuff. But of course, that helps and that's good, and it works for some people better than it works for others. But that's not my point today. My point today is comparing LinkedIn to resumes, right? So I've seen some recent posts and folks giving advice on how you should write your resume and wordsmith your resume and the time you should take to phrase things differently in order to make it look like you're having an impact in the work that you're doing so people can be impressed. And I want to say that I think that is a waste of time. Do you need a resume? Sure. Do you need one as much as you did 20 years ago? Absolutely not. Would I spend a bunch of time worrying about how I'm stating something on a resume to make sure someone understands that I'm making an impact? No. What would I do? How would I spend that time? I would spend that time on my LinkedIn profile. My last 4 jobs, from Microsoft back to Amazon Web Services, back to a company I worked for called Ventana Medical Systems in Arizona when I was still developing. And prior to that, folks reached out to me by virtue or by means of my LinkedIn profile. So recruiters are out on LinkedIn looking for people who are qualified for all these tech jobs, for all these jobs in IT. They are many. And recruiters are actively looking for keywords, and they're out there searching for your representation, your profile, and what that says about you. So it's like a resume, but again, there's no vetting of the resume. You can write whatever you want, and there's no one recommending you on your resume. I don't know when's the last time someone looked at my references and actually called people. But if someone says, if I work with someone in my role as a developer, and a manager at that organization that I worked for comes out on LinkedIn and recommends me and speaks about my prowess as a technical person, and then someone reading that can see who that person is, meaning it's someone who's in a position to judge my skills, right? That is far more powerful than you worrying about how you word something on a resume, okay? So my advice and my takeaway from this particular 5-minute nugget is go and find you a book. I can recommend one. I used to teach how to create an effective LinkedIn profile, and I used the book to create my content for that course. And I taught it maybe 10 times back when I was living in Texas. Anyway, there are techniques. There are certain things you need to make sure that you do so that your profile shines and stands out and is found. Again, my last 4 jobs came through someone at Microsoft, someone at Amazon Web Services, someone at other companies finding me, right? And then maybe after they contact me and talk about my fit for a position, they may ask for a resume to pass around to the team who's going to be doing the interviewing. And that team has to know how to read a resume, okay? So don't waste a bunch of time worrying about how you write something on a resume, right? It's not about the resume in 2020. Get your LinkedIn profile up. Every time I talk to a young brother, somebody of color, and I say, are you on LinkedIn? And when they start pausing with, I'm out there, but then you're not on LinkedIn, right? If there's no activity on your account, you're not constantly updating. And as Shannon Sharp says on Skipping Shannon, updating your resume. What are you doing right now? 5 years ago is great. What did you do yesterday? What articles have you written, right? What work have you produced? What television show have you been a part of? Where did you speak? How have you been featured? All of those things, right? Those are just some off the top of my head that you can do on your LinkedIn profile that's very impressive. People reach out to me all the time. Man, your LinkedIn profile is fantastic. Of course, I've been building it for 7 years, right? And learning tips and techniques along the way. So that's my advice for today, episode 35. don't worry, don't trip too much on a resume. But you best believe you should be putting in time and investment creating an effective, what some call beefy LinkedIn profile. All right, this your boy, Dr. Kaji Pue, Coding While Black. Peace.